Good morning, my name is Kim Ashley M. Pantonial, and now we will discuss about the streaming series as literature. For our objectives, at the end of the lesson, the students are expected to define streaming series as literature, evaluate how to approach the streaming series to literature, and analyze using literary techniques of streaming series as literature to identify the correct possibly way to connect series as literature. What is streaming series as literature? So streaming series as literature refers to the study and analysis of television series available on streaming platform. For example, Netflix, Hulu, or Disney Plus. So they are using the platforms at same literary techniques to apply traditional literature. This approach views streaming series as complex narrative with rich themes, character development, symbolism, and social contemporary, just like novels, platforms, or short story. Essentially, just as literature reflects society, human experiences, and emotion, streaming series serve a similar purpose in a modern visual format. What about the structure of series literature? So number one, we have narrative structure. So narrative structure is many streaming series have intricate plots, non-linear storytelling, and characters similar novels. So number two is the character development, which is the protagonist and the antagonist involved over time, much like in classic literature. And the number three is themes and social commentary. It shows to explore the themes like identity, power, justice, and morality, just as literature does. Number four is genre and style. So here, the streaming series reflects literary genre. For example, dystopian fictions and gothic horror or historical drama. Number five is the adaptation and intertextuality. So here is many series are based on books. For example, The Handmaid's Tale or The Bridgertons, or reference literary traditions. So like what I said, streaming series can be studied as literature. Why? Because as they share key narrative elements with traditional literary forms like novels, plays, and short story, streaming series rely on characters development, theme symbolism, and structured storytelling, and it is analyzed them through a literary lens, allows for a deeper discussion on plot constructions, character arcs, and thematic depth. So now, what are the ways of approaching streaming series as a literature? So after this, I will discuss an explanation why it is what it is a way of approaching streaming series as literature. So number one, so how to what is the way to approach streaming series as literature in narrative structure? So one, it is compared to episodic storytelling to realized novels. For example, Dickens published his novels in installment. Example of this movie is the Breaking Bad. You know the Breaking Bad movie. So this is a movie where mentioned before. Breaking Bad follows a structured literary arc, much like serialist novel with clear exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. So we all know that Bad Breaking is a action movie which have a lot of action, falling action, and resolution. That is the one way of narrative structure. So number two is character development. So here it examines how protagonists involve over multiple seasons, similar to literary heroes. So for example, if this is the movie BoJack Horseman, if you know BoJack Horseman, this animated series present one of the most complex character studies in television. So BoJack is a washed-up sitcoms actor undergoes deep psychological development, struggling with addiction, guilt, and self-destructions like classic literature. So the picture of Dorian Gray is arc explore themes of morality, identity, and redemption. So here is the character development, which is Bojack suffer from struggling, or this is the information of the main character of the movie. So number 3 is the themes and symbolism. So it identify recurring themes. For example, the flowers in the House of Cards, the dystopia in Black Mirror. Yan, yun yung like it is the power of the main characters or the fiction or the theme and symbol of the literary. So number 4 is the genre convention. It explores how different series reflect on challenge literary genre. For example, Stranger Things. So in Stranger Things, this series blend the horror or sci-fi and coming of age drama, much like Stephen King's novels. It follows genre tropes such as a small town mystery or supernatural threats and nostalgic 1980s adventure, reworking literary and cinematic tradition into a modern TV and format. So that is the 5 ways of approaching streaming series as literature. Let's move on to how to stream series as literature. Recently I discussed the ways on how to stream. Now I will discuss to how we stream series as literature. So to stream a series as literature, you can analyze using literary techniques, threatening like novel, play, or poem. So here are the structured approach. Number 1, choose a critical lens. Decide or analytical frameworks such as narrative, structure, character development, theme and symbolism, genre and style, and dialogue and writing style. Like what I said recently, narrative structure is how does the story unfold, or the exposition, climax, and resolution. In character development, like how do character involves, what motivates them. So yan. Number 3 is the themes and symbolism, and like what's deeper meaning of the message emerge. And number 4 is the genre and style, and how does compare literary traditions. And the last is dialogue and writing style. So how does language shape tone and meaning. So number 2 is watch with literary perspective. Number 1, take notes on recurring themes, modifies, and characters arcs. Number 2, observe how episode function like chapters with rising and falling tension. Number 3, analyze dialogue as you would in a play or novel. Number 4, look for a foreshadowing, irony, and other literary device. So let's move on to the number 3, which is the compare to traditional literature. So we have here a 3-step. Number 1 is if the series is based on a book, compare, change, and adaptation. Number 2, if it relates to a classic works with similar themes or genre. Number 3 is consider how it reflects cultural and historical context as literature does. For number 4, engage in critical discussion. Here we have 3 steps also, which is number 1, join online forums or book clubs. Number 2, write essays or review comparing the series to novels or plays. Number 3 is teach or discuss the series in a classroom setting using literary methods. And the last ways to stream series as literature is to explore and textuality. So how to explore and textuality? Number 1 is identify reference to literature within the series. For example, dark reference to Nietzsche. Number 2, examine how it builds or submerges literary tradition. For example, The Mermaid Tale as a modern dystopia. So that is the way and how to approach streaming series as literature. So in conclusion, the rise of streaming series has transformed television into medium that mirrors the depth, right? So complexity and artistry of literature, much like novels, plays, and epic poetry, streaming series employ intricate narrative structures such as character development, thematic exploration, symbolism, and dialogue that warrants literary analysis. As digital storytelling involves, streaming series have emerged as a new form of literature blending visual and textual elements to create compelling narratives that engage audience intellectually and emotionally. Series of as literary literature is effects on how the audience impact or effects on the movie and how it goes on our literature. So I hope you learned something about this literature, and I think that would be all. And again, my name is Kim Ashley M. Pantonial, and this series of literatures, and thank you.